Hello, welcome to Timber Anew. My name is Clint and today I'm going to be showing you how I'm going to attempt to flatten my bench with something that resembles an enormous plane. I hope you enjoy it. First thing I did, because I know my floor is not even, so I made a couple of wedges to go under two of the feet to make it level. The more eagle-eyed of you might have noticed that this is slightly different from what I held up at the start of the video. And the reason for that is that I thought it would be a good idea to skew it to start off with. So this is where I had the blade before, and then I changed my mind because it wasn't working very well and it was tearing up a lot of the workbench here. Is just some pretty horrible gouges, and especially here, I don't know if that's visible, but some pretty deep gouges on the bench there. So what I've done instead is just gone with a straight blade, and then I can angle it when I want to. So all it is a big plane, pretty much. If I undo these screws, then all these bolts, then I can take the blade out, and it's just from an old wooden scrub plane I had. This is just a metal plate on there that I've attached to the wood there, and two nuts that these bolts go through, and they end up in there and tighten up against the blade. You could possibly be asking why I've made this so ridiculously long. Well, the answer to that question is because I need to flatten my bench top. I've put some level on the bottom and I've noticed that it is not level. So this, with two rails on the side which are level in every direction, is going to make it possible so I can ride this over the top and get a straight flat surface. Now obviously with the scrub plane it's not going to be perfect, but what I'm looking for is just for it to be level at the moment, and then I can polish it up later. So now I've got it all set up, what I'm going to do is lubricate all the edges so it's a lot smoother for the plane to go over, because I don't want it to have a lot of jumpy and jittery and chattery kind of stuff. So what I've got is some stuff I made. It's just beeswax and mineral oil. Just boiled it up in a pan. I think it's about a small block of beeswax and about the same amount of mineral oil, so it's about 50-50 mix. And I had been using it for a finish, but it deteriorates really quickly, so this time I'm just going to use it as a lubricant to make sure that the plane or the jig goes over the rails smoothly, to try and improve the accuracy. So here's hoping it works. Finally, I'm just going to put the beeswax and mineral oil on the bottom of the plane. I'm going to be fairly liberal with it. I want it to slide pretty smoothly, and of course it's just beeswax and mineral oil, so it shouldn't, you know, obviously it's not going to do any harm to the bench. There we go, all ready. Well, as the new prototype, things are going wrong, so this metal plate is lifting up, and so it's bringing the bolts out with it, so I need to secure this metal plate more and then we can get back to it. Well, that last one didn't work, so I took all the stuff off that I had in there before, took the screws and the bolts and the nuts off there, and I just went with a simpler design because the iron just kept pulling out. So what I've done instead is I've just added an extra piece to the back there and kept the 45-degree angle and put a metal bar in here. This set's from an old socket set that I had that was wholly incomplete, so I decided to use this. So now I can put my iron in, put the wedge on top, give it a few bangs, and I'm ready to go. I would like to tell you that this is going to work perfectly without a hitch, but don't think that's going to happen. As you can tell from the differing noises on the strokes, my workbench top is really all over the place. So this was needed. Come loose. That's the problem. I'm not a great plane maker. I just discovered that today. I'm not a good plane maker. Thanks for watching my latest video. It's a shame I couldn't get it to work properly, but as I say, I've never made a plane before, and I tried a few different things and I just couldn't get it to work properly. Would I recommend it to someone else? Not really. I think the idea was there, but the execution clearly wasn't. So it works better with a wedge, I think. And it was leveling it out slowly, but just not enough to warrant using it, considering I have to keep bashing that wedge in all the time. But you know, that's down to my own error, my own personal error. That's not to say it won't work for someone else, because it may well do. But for me, no, it didn't work. But I think what I'll do is I'll pack it away, I'll get on with some other projects that are a bit more interesting, a bit more simple maybe. And I'll come back to it at a later date when I've sort of figured a few things out in my head, and I might be able to change some things around. And when I've talked to a few people who've actually made planes, they might be able to teach me quite a few things that I obviously don't know already. So yeah, thanks for watching, and if you like that and you want to see some future videos, please subscribe, and share the video as much as you can, if you would. Thanks a lot.